Hey everyone, it's Melanie from Devil Makeup. So in this lesson, what I want to do is just do a quick, very natural makeup look. As you can see, my hair naturally dried. I'm gonna go for more of like a simple look today, more of a natural look, and something quick and easy because I got to get out the door in about 15 to 20 minutes. So I don't want to be late. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna talk as I go. But when I do this lesson, this is like the real raw lesson. I'm not cutting out time. I'm not going to edit this video because I don't want to give you any false expectations on how fast or how long it should or could take you to get ready. Some of the videos I see on YouTube, they cut out a lot of the stuff that they're doing to save time and make it more entertaining. But a lot of the girls I work with, it gives them this false expectation because now they think, oh, they should be that fast, that fast, that fast. And I'm like, girl, no. First of all, they're cutting out a lot of what they're doing behind the scenes, and it actually takes them a whole lot longer than they're making it out to be. So it frustrates a lot of people because they feel like, oh, I'm not doing it as fast as them. Why am I not good enough? What's wrong with me is kind of the impression that we get. And there's nothing wrong with you. It's just that they're editing that video for entertainment purposes and to make it more enjoyable for you to watch. So I'll try to make this as entertaining as possible, but I'm just gonna go, as you can see, don't focus on my hair too much. I just throw it up when I do my makeup, just get it out of my face. So the first thing I do is I start off to shave my face, especially if it's daytime. I go in downward motions and I do it on dry skin and I use the shaver dry. And I'm doing this for two reasons. One, because I actually do have some facial hair and I'm gonna be out in the sunlight all day. I don't want anyone to see that. I get laser treatment to remove it, but I still have a little couple hairs that have remained. And I don't like it. And the second reason I do it is because it does exfoliate the skin. It makes it smoother. It takes off all the layer of dead skin that you do have, which is going to give you a more beautiful finish, and it's healthier for your skin. So what I do is I go down first and then I go up, and I just go and do a quick shave. Don't be embarrassed. And then what I do is I shake it off, just kind of like tap your razor, and you'll see all the dry, dead skin come out, which is really awesome because that way you can get it off, open up your pores, and it's better for your skin. Next, what I like to do, because it is the morning, is I'm going to go in with 50 SPF. And I try to always do the max SPF that I can in the morning because it's probably the only time, if I'm putting on makeup, it's going to be the only time I'm putting on SPF for the whole day because I can't take off my makeup or put a layer over my makeup because I just wouldn't be comfortable with that. So I always go with the max SPF to give me all the coverage that I can throughout the day. And what I always do is get my ears. These are neglected areas of our face, of our head. Your ears don't like the sun, too much sunlight either. And then I drag it down my neckline. So if I have any skin exposed with my outfit that I'm wearing, always get the rest of the skin. So after this video, I'm gonna go and get my hands, I'm gonna get my legs because I have a skirt on, and I'm just gonna protect my skin and keep it healthy as long as I can and looking as youthful as I can. And don't forget, the back of your necks are important too. I think this is one of the most critical steps because this is longevity here. Doing my makeup gives me a temporary satisfaction for the day, but doing SPF and keeping my skin healthy gives me long-term satisfaction throughout my life. I am 30 now, so as I get older, I want to make sure that when I do my makeup and this is all flawless, that this matches too and it's healthy and glows as well. A lot of women neglect this area, and it shows over the years as we get into our 30s and 40s and 50s and especially 60s. It'll show if this area was neglected, especially if you're a woman who wears makeup, because it'll just be like flawless off. But that's okay. We can start now. No matter what point in your life you're at, just start now. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do foundation first, and that's just because I'm in a hurry and I'm going to do a light makeup routine. So what I'm going to take is a little bit, just a dab, of tinted moisturizer because I want a little bit more of a natural feel today. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to put a little bit of a full liquid foundation. And I'm using the Cargo and the Avon foundation. I'm going to go in today with a Kabuki brush. I'm normally all about the Beauty Blender, but for this video, I don't have a sink nearby and I'd prefer to get it damp. So I'm just gonna skip the Beauty Blender because I don't want to have to get up during this video and go to the sink. But this is my Kabuki brush and it is absolutely amazing. It's by Sigma. The majority of my brushes are by Sigma, but I also have some affordable brushes by MSQ and BS Small that you can buy on Amazon that are really budget friendly. I'm talking you could get like 12 brushes, a set of 12 for about 15 bucks. If you wanted a full set, you could get it through BS Small or MSQ for about 50 bucks. And that's like the full set. Now the quality isn't as great as something like Sigma. However, it is budget friendly and it will get the job done if you just focus on your technique more and taking good care of those brushes. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the brush and I'm just doing it in downward motions for right now, as you can see, very soft. And I'm doing it in downward motions because if I have any peach fuzz hair anywhere on my face, it just flattens it down to my skin and it doesn't make it look all crazy and all over the place. And then I'm gonna go to my eye area. My cat. Oh my gosh, lay down, Hemi. I just did a Stitch Fix and I have the box that it came in next to my makeup vanity. And I haven't thrown away the box because that's my cat's favorite bed. I buy him all these beds. I spend all this money and he doesn't like them. But if I leave a box, like a shipping box out, it's his favorite thing. So I haven't gotten rid of the box because of him. Oh my goodness. I think cats are weird like that. You can spend all the money on all these high-end things for them and they don't like them. But if you get them like a newspaper or bubble wrap, it's the greatest thing to them. Okay, now what I'm going to do is go in with a little bit of concealer. So this is a Tarte concealer. And it's about 2 to 3 shades lighter than I currently am. And I'm just gonna do a little bit because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rub the excess product around the sides of my nose because I wanna get my nose to look a little bit more narrow. And then I'm gonna rub the excess product all over my lid to be the primer for my eyeshadow. And then if I have any excess, I'm gonna run it down here in my crease because when I smile, I feel like I don't like how much that gets bulky, but just putting a lighter shade in there will help reduce how prominent, you see that? How prominent that is in the sunlight. Because it attracts light and it reduces the shading around where I smile. And then drag the excess up on my eye. And I'm still using the Kabuki brush to do this. This is a great brush to do it. And if you're like me, you notice that one eye got a little bit more than the other. Go ahead and just throw a dab of concealer back on there to even it out and make sure it's even on both sides. And then if I have any excess product, what I'm going to do is take that down the bridge of my nose to lighten up the bridge of my nose, just with whatever excess concealer I have left, nothing too heavy. This won't show, in front of the makeup mirror, but when you go outside and when you're out during the day, it'll give a really nice touch to your look. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is go in with some Too Faced translucent powder. Any translucent powder that you have will do. I mean, seriously, nowadays, the beauty industry and the cosmetic industry is so competitive that a lot of brands have a really good products. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this Kabuki brush. I'm going to pick up product, and as you can see, this picks up product. And I'm going to dab it, not rub it, underneath my eye area. And I'm going to kind of cake it on because I want it to get a good coverage to give me that really smooth finish when I'm done here. And I'm also going to put it in my T-zone. So just a little bit. It doesn't have to be caked on. I'm just grabbing the excess product down the bridge of my nose, my T-zone. I'm just going to let all that sit. And what that's going to do is that's going to set my concealer and my foundation, so that way throughout the day I have a really smooth finish and it looks really beautiful. And this is great for picking up translucent powder. It's so thick and dense. It's a really compact brush, and so it'll just hold product when you put it in, especially powders. And then it'll really transfer it really nicely. Okay, so now what I want to do is I'm going to go into my makeup drawer and I'm going to do some brows right now. So I'm going to go in. I don't want my dark. I'm going to lighten up my brows today. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to go in with this Dip Brow Pomade. It's in the shade Soft Brown by Anastasia Brow Wiz. And I'm going to go in with a small angled brush by Sigma. And this is how I'm going to do my eyebrows today. So what I do is I go in, I just gently do circular motions to pick up the product. As you own this product for a while, it starts to dry really hard, so it takes a minute to pick up the product, and you want to be gentle because you don't want the product to get on the brush clunky, because if it's clunky, it's going to get little lines that you don't intend to create. And then when I'm done after picking up the product, I always wipe it off the side of the jar because I want this brush to be as straight as possible. Like no clumpiness, no chunky little bits of the product anywhere. You want it to be nice and straight. Then what we're gonna do is go in and I'm just gonna outline my brows. And there's so many ways you can do your brows, but we're just gonna do it this way for today. And I'm gonna start by creating the outline that I want. Starting at the bottom. You could start at the top if you want. There's no method, like particular one way to do this. And then just fill in the top, go back in and pick up more product. Wipe it off the sides of the jar. And softly draw this on. I'm barely touching my skin. I don't want to go too harsh. I don't want to push too hard. The harder you push, the harsher it will look. Just keep that in mind. The softer you touch, the softer it will look. So truly it does depend on the look that you're going for. There are some women who I work with who love that bold, dramatic eyebrow. So I just want to make sure I teach them how to get their desired look, because we all have a little bit of a different taste. And this is where a lot of women spend the most of their time, is on their eyebrows. And then we're going to do our best to match it as equally as possible on the other side. And if you're on my emailing list or in my VIP group, my VIP membership site, you will have seen that I put out an article on how to achieve your best brows. And I also did a lesson on it. So be sure to check that out, especially if you're going to get your eyebrows done by a professional. This is critical for you to know. I cover some very important details. All right, so now when we get to these inner corners, I'm very sensitive with those because I already have a bold eyebrow color. If I were to go in and fill those in really heavy, I get that brick eyebrow look. Like, it looks fine in the mirror, and then when I go take a photo, it's like, kabam! Your eyebrows look freaking bold. And it doesn't look good on me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not going to today with this dip brow, I'm not gonna go in and fill in this inner portion of my eyebrows. I already drew the line underneath. I started my line here, and I'm just gonna leave that alone, because if I fill them in, then I look like my brows are just as bold as can be. Keeping them natural right here will help you get a more natural, softer look. But if you like that bold look, or if you have really light eyebrows right here in the center, then go ahead and fill them in and see what it looks like. Try it both ways to see what you like. Then I'm gonna take a spoolie and just gently comb through my eyebrows. I'm combing up, but then I ultimately want to comb them down to give me that sleek eyebrow effect. And just make sure when you're finished combing your brows, the last comb through that you did was in the same direction on both sides. So for example, I combed downward motions on both sides to finish the look. Because if you do one up and one down, you will have two different brows. One will be a little bit sprawly, like going up, and then the other one will be really more, it'll look smaller and it'll go in a downward motion. So just make sure you comb them in the same direction. And like I said, that was just really light. I just want a simple, natural look today. So now what we're gonna do is we already put concealer down on our eyebrows, wow, on our eyes. And I'm gonna go in and pick how I want to do my eyeshadow. Okay, I'm gonna go in with this custom palette that I have, all these different MAC shades. I wanna go with the natural tone. So I'm gonna first go in with a E40 blending brush, and I'm gonna pick up a shade that's about my current skin tone. And I'm just gonna buff it all over my entire eye. All the way up to my brow bone, all the way down on my lid. This is just gonna be a base shade. Now I'm gonna go in with this shade that's about 1, maybe 2 shades darker than I currently am. And I'm gonna buff that into my entire crease. It's the same brush. Just go back and forth. Don't be too picky about where it's going right now. I'm kind of gonna drag it in my outer V a little bit and then back and forth in my crease. And this is how you get a really good transition of the shades from one to another. Back and forth. I'm just setting a base crease shade. Then we're going to go in with a tapered blending brush, which looks like this. It's more narrow. And we're going to go in with a color 1 shade darker. And this one actually has a little bit of a reddy orange tint. And I'm going to put that in my outer V. So I'm first going to pack it on, because I know this product specifically will get really powdery if I don't pack it first and then blend. Not every eyeshadow is like that. Every brand you go with, and even different palettes from the same brand, will have a different powder effect to it. Some are more powdery, some are more creamy. It all just depends on that particular eyeshadow. But as long as you know that after you use it for one time, then you'll know how to best apply it. And so what we're doing is just building this shade in our outer V. Then what we're gonna do is go back in with that E40 blending brush and just at our crease, just go back and forth. That's just gonna blend that shade out. And then on our lid, just do a little bit of swiping motions, go back to the crease, go back and forth right there where you just mix those two colors, then hit your lid, and you're just softly wiping it around to blend it so it doesn't look harsh at all. Remember, you want a very soft touch when you do that. Next, what we're gonna do is take the same tapered blending brush, and I'm gonna go in with this deep chocolate brown shade. It's even got like a tint of purple in it. It's matte, and all these shades that I've been using are matte. I'm just gonna put that on my upper lash line on the outer corner as softly as I can, and just give it a little bit more dimension. As you can see, it's just a little bit deeper, and it pulls my eye back to give me a natural cat eye effect. And build that up as much as you want to get it as deep as you prefer. And then what you want to do after you get it down is just go back and forth, blend that out, soften it up, make it look very natural, like you naturally have deep upper lash color. All right. And that is it for right now. We'll go back into our under eye in a minute. What we're gonna do is go ahead and take a large face brush. Any large fluffy brush that you have is perfect. And go ahead and get all that translucent powder off. And put it up on our T-zone. How many of you guys make faces like I do? I make like a bunch of weird faces when I don't know why. I can't help it. I was born that way. I'm just kidding. I probably could help it, but I can't help it. Okay, now what I want to do is take a pencil brush, and I want to go back in with one of the shades that we used on our eye. So I like this kind of red tone that we put in our outer V, and I'm going to put that in my lower lashes. Just to get color down there. And to do this, you just put it down and then go back and forth around the areas that you want it. Okay, and then I'm going to take this light shimmer tone and put it in my tear duct to give us a pop of color and to just make our eyes look a little bit more standout-ish, if you will, for lack of better words. Okay, now what I want to do is, I feel like I have blemishes. I don't like them, but that's okay because I can cover them and just go on with my day. What I'm gonna do is take this Duo stippling brush, and it's also a Duo fiber brush. I'm gonna go in with this Pressed Mineral Foundation from CoverFX. Any pressed powders, pressed mineral foundation, or even mineral foundation that you have is a great topper to just add more color, reduce the blemishes, and give you more of a full coverage, but softer than liquid would. So we're just gonna pick up some product and go everywhere where we didn't put translucent powder. And as you can see, some of my red spots from my acne scarring are starting to go away a little bit more. And then I always drag it down my neckline so that way I don't have a harsh line right there. Okay, now what we're gonna do is go in with some bronzer. All right, so I'm gonna do a matte bronzer from MAC. I'm gonna go in with a large contour brush, and what we wanna do is take it in our cheekbone and just go back and forth very softly. And then go up your hairline, pick up some more product and get it in your hairline. and just gently do quick circular motions, back and forth motions, until you feel like you got the desired look. Match the same thing on the other side. I'm going to go in with some blush. Just a dab. We're going for that natural effect. And then we're going to finish with mascara and lips. And we are done. I always love to curl my lashes before, even if it's just a second. Like just a second. Because that really does lift them. So when you go to apply your mascara, it makes them more full and blown out. Go in with your favorite mascara and just apply a couple light coats. See, as you can see, my eyelashes look really fanned out. And I attribute that to the quality of the mascara, because some mascara still isn't quite there yet in terms of quality. It looks really clumpy right off the bat. And then I also attribute that to curling the lashes, because it fans them out for you and puts them in a perfect placement to apply your mascara. It kind of like, in the best way to say it is like, get your eyelashes ready to look more fanned out. And it like makes them, how do I say this, like be set up the right way for the mascara. It's like setting up your eyelashes for the mascara. There we go. As you can see, super fanned out, not clumpy, not spider legs, just very soft. And then we're gonna do our lower lashes. Okay, and finishing it off with lips, and we are done. So I'm gonna do a lip liner, like a pink tone. Outline the lips, then fill them in. Because sometimes lip liner is the best color when you're done. Like if you got a cool lip color that you really love and it's a lip liner, maybe that's all you need for that day. So then what I like to do, because this lip liner is still a little bit creamy, take my finger and rub it all along my lips to smooth out any harsh lines I made. And today I'm going to keep this lip look kind of just like a lip stain and just leave it like that. If I want to throw on some lip gloss or some glittery lip gloss after this, I totally can. And so whenever I'm done with my makeup, when I'm doing my makeup, my best tip for you is to just start putting away your makeup now. Because if you wait, it can build up really quick on your makeup vanity or your makeup station, wherever it is, and it can look messy really quick, and that's frustrating. It's annoying. It could make it harder and, you know, less desirable for you to want to do your makeup, because when you go see your makeup station, it just looks messy. So I always just put everything away as I'm doing it, or right after I do it. So my whole makeup station is already clear. As you saw in this video, I was grabbing things as we were doing our makeup, you know, so I didn't have everything set out. Hey, get out. Okay, my fiance just walked in. I was like, just kidding. All right, as you can see, where was I? Anyway, I like to grab things as I'm doing these videos with you, so that way it gives you a realistic expectation of what it's like when you actually just do your makeup on the fly in the morning. You have your look that you want envisioned, and then you just grab and go from there. It's not that time consuming. In total, we're about 30 minutes into this video. If you cut out all my talking, I think we'd reduce it down to about 20 to 23 minutes, which is ideal, and that's super quick for a makeup morning routine. So I really hope you love this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you took many tips from it, and I'll see you in our next lesson. Take care. Bye.